After the conclusion of the Second Arab Civil War in the 690s, the Caliph Abd al-Malik consolidated the first Islamic dynasty. In the early 690s, Abd al-Malik also instituted a program of Islamization, which publicly proclaimed Islam as a supersessionary religion to Judaism and Christianity. This can be seen, for example, in changes in Islamic coinage. Previous Islamic authorities most often minted coins that followed the Byzantine or Persian coin type. For example, note these beautiful Byzantine coins on the left. They show a picture of the Byzantine Emperor Heraclius and his son, and a picture of the cross on the other side of the coin. Now, examine these mid-7th century imitation Byzantine coins. Although these coins were minted under the Islamic Empire, under the authority of the Caliph, they too preserved imagery of Byzantine emperors and even the cross. Now, further east, consider this early 7th century Persian coin. The Sasanian King of Kings is on the front, and a Zoroastrian fire temple is on the back. Now, below is an imitation Sasanian coin that looks almost identical, though it was minted by Islamic authorities decades later. It preserves not only the Zoroastrian fire temple, but even the regnal year of the last Persian king who'd been dead for decades by the time you actually printed this coin. Now, in other words, for decades, the Islamic government is coining money that has Christian crosses or Zoroastrian fire temples on it. In the early 690s, this key Umayyad Caliph Abd al-Malik began to change the coinage. He begins to experiment with it. So, for example, Byzantine imitation coins now remove the crossbar from the cross. And so the new Islamic issue has a less offensive pull. He literally just takes a little bit away from the coin die. A few years later, Abd al-Malik, not always, let's just say he wasn't always low on self-esteem, decided to put a picture of himself on the front of the coin. And then in the late 690s, he eventually replaces all iconographic imagery with Arabic writing. That often included a Muslim confession of faith or anti-Trinitarian verses from the Quran. That is, in the late 690s, every time you looked for change in your purse, you would see evidence of substantial changes in the religious and political environment.